Hello, beautiful Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading. Let's dive into it right away and see what's coming your way. Okay, I see someone here. Kind of reminds me of the ghosts of the past. However, we're going to zoom in right here. You can see there's a person holding a baby. The baby is hugging this person here. And kind of looks like a male figure because there's no hair. The baby is crying. Kind of just reminds me of a scene that I have seen, or like a painting. Or no, it was a picture actually. It wasn't like maybe a painting. I thought it was like a Renaissance painting, but then I remember this baby was born and the mother's under anesthesia and the baby was hugging the mother. So it kind of reminded me of that. I just touched it, it disappeared. So I feel like some of you might have, if you have that kind of like a yearning of meeting someone or embracing someone, it seems like you're going to cross paths with this person very soon. By the way, if you're new here, this is Divine Light. And if you go on to enjoy this message, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and go ahead, hit the subscribe button. And also, I feel like here, this is going to lead you to a pathway first, and then on that pathway, those things are going to start to unravel. We have number 4 and 7. 47 can mean something. It can be the name of the highway maybe you travel. Why not? And it can also express something like a numbers. 7 is a lucky number. 4 is discipline, knowledge. So this might require you to actually make your research very carefully, okay? So the discipline and knowledge, researching knowledge in a disciplined way can lead you towards a path. Maybe this embrace is happening with a stranger, which is going to become someone of familiar, okay? Maybe there is a person out there that you're going to really trust and just, maybe even be vulnerable around. However, there's some, you need to do some research in order to get there. What we have is a W right here. Seems like you're going to start very good within this next 2 weeks, especially. You might start with a big win. W can represent that. This also looks like maybe a worm or wings. The truth is, they look like wings, and some of you might get some wings very soon. Wings can be in the mental sense, like maybe the perspective of something. Your perspective is opening up about something, a subject, and the wings is you actually thinking limitlessly and expanding, taking action, going after this desire. Wings can represent that initially, but also another thing here. This can be about travel, flying through wings. The plane has wings. So it can be like a travel idea coming to you maybe. I don't know why I thought here. It kind of looks like to me a little bit dragon's head Sagittarius, which is your... I interpret Sagittarius energy as dragons because Leo is a lion, Aries is a ram, and Sagittarius, you are an arrow. A flying, a burning arrow, which is like a dragon. Why not? So I feel like here, this win is going to progress other things for you as well. And this can be also emotional growth at the end of the day. But physically, I feel like material growth is the initial thing, which we has a rose right there. I was actually listening to Kristen Knudsen, I think, with K. She was a high priestess, I think, in Rosicrucian order, which I'm not really very religious person, but her teachings about visualization I was listening to a minute ago. And so Rosicrucian, I think it comes from the rose, but in Latin probably it had another definition. However, this rose kind of tells me that there is a knowledge, information, because it just showed up here too. Information is going to be your power, especially within this next 2 weeks. Meaning, for example, like we have phone lines forming here. Maybe you're getting something in the mail, which can be like an order or bill, something may have like a misunderstanding in it. That's why your knowledge is going to be your power here. That's why rose is like a unraveling all the leaves. There are things under this thing, maybe you don't see it. It can be, I said there's a communication line opening. I interpreted that as someone, a mail coming in into the mailbox. I'm thinking in the classic way, because these things are usually interpreted in the classic ways. However, now we have high technology, so mail can be delivered through email, through a message on the internet, and through social media. And be careful with those. That's why I said knowledge. Maybe some of them are not real, that you need to really do your research in the background before jumping into it. I see number 5 inside of the rose. Number 5 symbolizes travel, and 5 and 2 and 3, 5, 2, 3, you can see that. 5 is travel, opportunity, new adventure. 2 is partnership, and 3 is creativity. So some of you might be unraveling this rose with other people, which we have someone specific right there. You can see this doll face of a person with like maybe blonde hair, wearing kind of like a flight attendant's hat type of like those kind of a design. So this can be someone who is a flight attendant maybe in your life, that are actually showing you, this person's showing you there's another way maybe to expand your vision. There are other adventure opportunities coming your way. Or this can be someone that you're following. Someone that has a certain lifestyle that is inspirational for you. Okay. I see someone with a blonde hair, kind of like a light color hair, but this doesn't have to be original. Is that the word? Or natural. Natural. It doesn't have to be that. It can be like a dyed hair too. So, or like a wig. It seems like though the hat is the authority of this person. They have some sort of an authority. So this is not something fake. They're faking it. They're bringing so much light into your space. And it's fighting with a dark entity here. The dark entity there are many of them, though. That's not one. I see many. I see the one kneeled here. He's sending the ravens right there, and he has a backpack. There's another one here with a big nose. Long nose is like Pinocchio, guys. It's just lying. Someone is lying. So it seems like the person's light is... This can't even be yours if you're actually doing anything flying or flight and plane related. Or maybe it's your hobby. Okay, maybe you make paper planes. It's your hobby. It seems like you're fighting with the darkness. There are 2 people I see, they're stacked on top of each other. This can be family members to each other, or somehow connected in some place. But it seems like they have a burden on their back and maybe trying to deflect that. I feel for some of you, this can be family members in the sense of that the family members, those ones that you're trying to avoid. And this can also be like, we are like a family type of, I believe that's like a biggest lie of the century right now. You go to somewhere and start to work somewhere, and they say like, we're like a family, but they treat you like you're the slave of the family. So if that's the case, I feel like if you're feeling like, oh, I need this, they need you. That's the vibe I'm getting from this, okay? They need you. These people need you. If this is even a relationship that you're in, and the dark energy that bringing this person in is they need your light, okay? So you need to keep up the light here instead of just trying to slave yourself or just help them. Oh, I need to help them. Because there's a better pathway opening right here for you. Okay, there's a better option appearing. There's a hammer right there. Hammer can be your tool to build or destruct. And I feel like this is going to be your free will choice to either build something or destruct something. I see there's a crowd that you're going to be stepping into. We have another character here. You can see the mouth, the hair, the hat. Kind of reminds me of this is like a policeman's hat. However, it's in... I don't know if they're still wearing it. I have seen this kind of hat in Sherlock Holmes movies. In like the London police actually wears this kind of things, a long hat. But this one has a big mouth and like a really funky, like a clown-like hair. So I'm going to say this can be an authority figure using their authority in a clowny way, in like a joking way. Maybe they're not really taking it seriously, even though its effect is spreading, okay? So this can be something you're going to face within the second week. Maybe you're going to face with an authority not taking you seriously or not taking what they're doing seriously. So you need to bring the order here. And the order is, I see a professor, you can see the graduation cap. He has books in his arms and he's bringing, like carrying this to the space here. That's why I said your keyword basically for this week is knowledge. Knowledge is power. So if you feel cornered, if you feel like something needs to, you have to come up with something in a short period of time, a solution, money, seems like here there is an answer to that. There is a knowledge, information for that. You might be the professor here coming up with the information, or you are really connecting with those who can help you with the information, okay? Despair, I don't think it's Sagittarius's vibe to feel despair and disconnect and disappointment. You might have a little bit disappointment, but the Sagittariuses that I know are usually they're like fast thinkers and like a solution focused. Most of their energy are solution focused. And if you can do that, even if you're not feeling great, you're going to come up with either this resource, the person, the information to resolve that situation and deal with the clown, okay? I see another person here laid back right there. This one has a mustache too, even though he has feminine hair and like an earring. Kind of reminds me of a little bit or a nostalgic person as well here, like a hat, top hat. Seems like some of you might be dealing with historical things, but there's a fairy here. Okay, fairy is like a male fairy, and he even has that kind of like, what is that string that you shoot the stones with, something. And this might be like arrows coming in a different format. Maybe they're going to bless you with awareness. That's what it is, because arrows shoots the arrow of love, which blinds everyone. Maybe you even fall in love with someone you will never fall in love with. However, this is not the same kind of energy. I feel like this is like a stone coming to you, maybe a little pebble coming to your head to wake you up, that realize, okay, I am powerful. I can take care of the situation. It's in front of me. This can be that kind of a fairy appearing for you, okay? Let's dive, or angel. Let's dive into your soul search now. If you have a specific question, a desire, an intention, hold it in your mind. So I feel like here, even if you're crossing roads, this desire has some time, guys. You see it's coming halfway, pause, and then it's developing some more, there's pause. So this can be something gradually you're going to grow. We have tears of joy, though some good stuff might happen. Or when I say tears of joy, you want to see massive changes in your life. I understand. I read all your comments. That's how I know. But when you don't consider the small things as valuable, universe is a multiplier. Okay. Whatever you feel about the small blessings, it's going to return back. If you feel like, oh, that's nothing, and nothing's going to come forward. If you feel like, oh, this is a small blessing, it's a sign from the universe. The more is coming, is going to really set the things in motion. Okay. That's why I want to mention this. This is something, this is coming in like different parts of it. So if you're having like a gradual pause on your growth, development, or the things you're working on, that's temporary, but it's gonna, it needs to build up energy here. The build up energy, it's always your desires are taking energy from you. So probably needs to build up energy through you. You see how messy this is? This is your heart space. I feel like you don't have clarity about something. Can be about a chunk of money. You can see there's like a dog maybe riding the money, meaning maybe you want a material thing, but you're not really paying attention to the other material things in your life. It might be calling for you to just pay attention. Look at here. Pay like more attention, or more respect to something. I see this kind of looks like a frog to me, jumping. Frog is progress, so sudden progress might happen, okay, especially beginning of the second week, because I said there's a professor showing up there too. Immediate, like the knowledge coming in and changing things really, definitely very fast. And I see here there's a king standing with the number 6. I think number 6, the number of the devil in some religion. I don't know if it's religious or I don't know if it's cultural. So If you know, comment down below. I read all of your comments. So this number 6 can be this person has the devil's energy, guys. Okay. And so you might need to be careful before you maybe jump into a deal with someone that seems like knowledgeable. That's why I said there's someone knowledgeable, the professor showing up, but behind it, there's another person right here appearing, which didn't show up in your cup. So I feel like this can be someone a little... I mean, this part represents the household, maybe close to home. That person that is bringing the knowledge is outside of your comfort zone. Maybe you're not really living inside your house. So you really look at them with a suspicion and you say, you know what, maybe I should just take this with a grain of salt. But I feel like this person is right in your nose. And that's why you might feel that I should just trust them right away, which I feel like you should not. Does this have some stains on? We have the camel. Persevere and you will overcome problems. Okay, let's see. 9 of Pentacles is a good place to be at. And this is where you are, it seems. This is basically exactly what I have told you. And this is looking gorgeous, guys. So... you are, even though you don't recognize it, you are in a good place, okay? 9 of Pentacles is actually enjoying your creations. Maybe you have already accomplished certain things. You have established a great home for yourself, or like a good job, something that's paying well, helping you rest, helping you feel fulfilled. You might be pushing that fulfillment away because you have another goal coming right after it. However, this is telling you whatever you have available to you right now, that you need to really cherish it. You need to enjoy it, because that is going to bring the inspiration, the inspired action. Okay, so that's what exactly the Kristen, actually, I mentioned earlier, telling Kristen Knudsen, I think. And she says that you connect with your desire while before you visualize it. You connect it. Why is this a worthy goal for me and for others? And when you decide on that, then you relax yourself completely, because you don't want your conscious mind to intervene. And then you put yourself inside the scene and act, which is the magician energy here. Act that scene out, like whatever you want. You want a new home? Imagine yourself inside that new house. That's the first step. Visualization, writing things down, specifying your goals and visions, and then visualizing it. Just immerse yourself into that moment, she says. And when you feel it real, then completely detach from it. What the detachment is going to do is it's going to bring changes. And she mentions in that video that it is going to bring you visions. It's going to bring you actions and desires, the things you want to do. Is actually, you're going to feel called to do certain things. And that's the change, okay? You're going to do things differently. If you can follow that path, some of you are going to sit on a very powerful throne here. This is King of Wands. This is your masculine side. This is your courageous and also brave, but also smart, investing mind. And it's going to get you to a very powerful position here. King of Wands is someone who's adventurous, yes, but also he's a king, so he has a little bit impulsiveness of the fire. You have it too. However, this doesn't mean, because the king, you're not the page, you're not in the beginners level, you're on the upgraded level. This time your actions are going to bring long-term stability, okay? We have Temperance. This is you, Sagittarius. During this journey, okay, the change is coming, but this doesn't mean that you have to rush everything. Temperance is creating balance in between your actions and the direction that you're going, and also resting, okay, your mind. Whatever you do, just touch your toes into the water. Just don't jump into anything with both feet. Another thing came to me. It's just, I think it's the Warren Buffett quote. He says, don't put all your eggs in one basket while you are trading, or basically don't buy one thing with all your money. That's what he's trying to tell you. I feel like that's the case here for you. Balance the waters. You don't have to put all eggs in one basket. When the meditation, I told you, through like closing your eyes and visualizing what you want to do, it is going to happen through calming your mind as well, not only your actions. You might repeat that practice of visualizations of your goals And also, I feel like here, the wherever that you need to rest, if you're feeling so frustrated about your problems, you need to give it a break, okay? You cannot find a solution with a mind that is on overdrive. If you know computers, for example, when you open up too many screens, they eventually they all of them crash. And if you don't have like a big enough RAM, which is like a short-term memory kind of a thing, what happens is you lost all data, you lost all the work, all the things that you have written down, all the things that you worked on. So that's why maybe it's time to just close some of those windows and put some of those things that you're thinking too much on the side, okay? Wheel of Fortune comes with Ace of Wands. The change is going to be for the better, for an excitement, new beginning, investment idea, maybe adventure idea, or moving. I want to say moving for some of you because there's actually a castle here across the river. Maybe some of your adventures is going to start by changing the venue. Doesn't have to be temporary change of the venue. It can be, permanent change of the venue. Can be temporary. And we have Queen of, again, this is like aligning with another person. We have person, sign, and then another person here. So it's aligning. It means that you're not going to be only like focused on what I can get. This is going to be about what I can say, what I can create, what I can nurture, grow. So it's just going to be, you're going to really create a perfect balance here if you can allocate your energy in the right way. Another thing, this can be you actually managing to find amazing resources for yourself, create them, save them, use them carefully. And this can also symbolize an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, a loving, supportive lady. Maybe she's going to be there to give you the resources, directions, the solutions, the answers for your creation, okay? I'm going to look into if you have any blocked chakra. We have the throat chakra with the truth. If you're avoiding to speak your truth, okay, there's going to be some affirmations here on the other side for you. Ether element, which is kind of air, actually, even though throat chakra. Is it all about air? I don't know if the chakras have elements. Anyways, we have here a chant for you. It's ham or hum. When you do it in a very long way, within one breath, you can see the vibrations are changing, like your head is just ringing in your head and changing the energy, like hum. You can do it like a very long time, okay? Until you run out of breath. Let's see what it says here. I think this is kind of like Jesus Christ, Isa. What does it say? It is safe for me to align with and express my higher truth, wisdom, and knowing. I allow others to hold a different perspective to me and know that there is enough space in the universe for all of our truths, including my own. I don't know if you guys seen my little kitty. He was looking at me. I'm going to show him to you. This one is a little sick. He's using medicine, but he's fine now. Anyways, I allow others to hold a different perspective to me and know that there's enough space in the universe for all of our truths, including my own. So if somebody else comes up with a different perspective or their own truth, you don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to maybe just force your belief onto them or anything like that. It seems like here, if you have that kind of a need, this is basically telling you you're not here to defend your truth. It's just to put it out there. And if someone doesn't accept it and just reacts to it, you don't have to force them to believe what you do. You don't have to believe, or you don't have to accept what they're telling you as their truth. You can just be neutral about it, okay? And that's actually like the highest, I feel like the most Buddha way to take things. I am honest with myself and hear the resonance of truth in my words. This is very important as well. Okay, what are those words that you're using aligning with the truth that you're feeling, that you want to express? Or you're I'm going to tell it. Are you putting up a show for others? Okay, this is a harsh truth to really face too. I express my truth. This is all about this next 2 weeks, especially about speaking your own truth and expressing yourself, guys. Let's pull one more card for you. We have here cherry blossom, I think, these flowers. Make gentleness a habit. So yeah, it checks out with the earth energy here and the temperance. Just move into that night gently, move. It says don't move into that night gently, but for you, I feel like this timeline, you need to be gentle with yourself, others, and overall how things come to you, okay? All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to add more videos on the screen. And if you haven't already, give this one a thumbs up. Go ahead, hit subscribe. And I wish you all a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.